Yo, hello, C-Dub, what's up? Shadow, how's it going? Jude on the YouTube, what in the world? How is everyone? Hello. I hope y'all are having a wonderful night. Hope it's going super well. C-Dub, dude, I was literally about to come on and resub, and you ended your stream. So I will be back. I will resub. I promise you. I was going to put a hat on. Should I have put a hat on? Do I look all right? I look crazy. Greetings, bro. What's up, dude? How you doing, Jude? How in the world have you been? I don't know what's going on with all my stuff, but hopefully it looks okay for you guys. But hello, Shadow. Hello. I honestly don't even know what I want to do tonight, you guys. Like my title is 100% accurate. I don't even know. Selena, how did you know I needed that first thing? Good grief. Not even 2 minutes in. I mean, that's as per usual, but my king put a crown on. Dude, I can't. How are you, Cell? How's it been? It's been forever since I've seen you, since I've talked to you, but hope you've been super duper well. What do you guys think? Do you like having this black bar over here on the, I think it's, there we go, right side of the screen there? Is that okay? I feel like you can read the chat a little bit better, but that's just me. I don't have a crown, Jude, if I'm being totally honest. But Jude, are you also only on YouTube now? Like, is there a reason you're not on Twitch? Because I just wasn't sure. But I can do some the asset holder Reddit reactions tonight if you guys want to. You guys want to do that? First, we can do that. Live Reddit reacts. Oh, what is my posture, you guys? Ow. I hurt myself. I got banned, unfortunately. Why? What did you do? My mic looks like it's way too close to my face. Anyway, Cell, how are you? C-Dub, how did the stream go, my guy? How was it? I saw you were playing Clash Royale, which that can always be interesting. Ooh, I think I see some juicy. Am I the asshole Reddits that we can react to? All right, update. I'm very up with my girlfriend for sleeping with someone after saying I love you. Ooh. Well, okay. All right, you know what? I think I'm just going to do that. Let's just do that for now. We're going to react to live Reddit reacts r/AITAH. There we go. Let's go with that right now. Let's just do that for the moment, for the time being. And then I'm debating, maybe I'll play some Clash. Maybe I won't. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we do it? Okay. Let's go to, not that one, this one. What was this? Oh, wow. That is a super old format. That's crazy. What the? Okay, that's odd. Anyway, this is the one I want. Sorry. I keep switching back and forth. I don't mean to do that. All right, let's go. Reacting. I feel like I should have... I got banned for a week for slurs when I didn't even say anything bad, and then when I hopped on alt, I got permabanned on both. Sheesh, dude. That's crazy. Yeah, you shouldn't be saying... I'm just kidding. If you said you didn't say slurs, that's wild that you still got banned for it. That's insane. Okay, so... I like this one right here. Ooh, maybe just a little bit. I also kind of like, where was the other one? Yeah, this one right here. I want to do this one. So let's start with this one. Let's try. Sup, Leafy? How you doing? I shouldn't be justifying that response or that chat with Grandpa talk, but whatever. I'll do that. Okay, you ready? Am I the FO for refusing to let my husband name our daughter after his late wife? I'm 29, okay, and 35 weeks, okay, female. So I'm 29 female and 35 weeks pregnant with our first child. Oh, actually, I should have realized that. Anyway, my husband is 36 and was previously married. 7-year difference. Actually, not bad. His first wife passed away 8 years ago. I've always been respectful of her memory. There are photos of her in our house, and we've talked about her openly. I've never tried to erase her or act like their history didn't exist. When we found out we were having a girl, we both made lists of names we liked. He didn't say anything about it first, but after a few weeks, he told me he really wanted to name her after his late wife. He said it would be a way to honor her and keep her memory alive through our daughter. I'm at the bar drinking away my feelings. Bro, whatever it is, you got this. You can do it. You don't need alcohol to solve your problems. I promise you. You can solve them. You are perfectly capable of solving them yourself. 20%. That's rough. Okay, maybe you're not capable of solving it yourself. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Console away, my guy. That's dedication, though, that you're still here, even at the bar. We got C-Nic reacting to Reddit post before GTA 6. Yeah, crazy. Crazy, right? Let's see. I told him I wasn't comfortable with that. I said I wanted our daughter to have her own name, one that reflects both of us and the family we're building together, not something tied to a relationship I wasn't part of. He looked disappointed but said he understood. A few days later, he brought it up again. This time he had told his mom, and she messaged me saying how beautiful it would be and how I should consider it an act of love. Now his sister is involved too. She said it would mean so much to the whole family if we used the name. I still said no. I told him again that while I respect his grief, I didn't want to feel like I'm raising someone else's legacy. I want this child to be celebrated for who she is, not tied to someone she never knew. He hasn't pushed again since, but he's been cold, quiet. I know he's hurt. I do love him, and I know he still carries that loss with him, but I also feel like I have the right to want my own first child to have her own identity. I'm not trying to erase anyone. I just want to be seen too. Now I'm getting messages from his family saying I'm being insecure and jealous of someone who isn't even here anymore. My own mom says she understands my side, but wonders if it is the hill I want to die on. That's a good point. I feel like I'm already grieving the peace I thought this time would bring, and now I don't know if I'm holding my ground or being unfair. Am I the asshole for refusing to name our daughter after my husband's late wife? You know what? Yo, Shahir, what's up, dude? How you doing? I'm great. Beer number 29. No, I don't. Did not vomit it. Just casual drinking over the past 6-7 hours. Bro, you got this, man. Check would be proud of you. Leafy. Yeah. Jude on the YouTube saying that Check would be proud of you. That's wild. That's wild. The guy should move respectfully. I honestly, okay, so it's hard. It's weird because like everyone grieves in different ways. Like I know that for me personally, like if that had happened to me, I probably wouldn't have the same, like when I've lost really close loved ones in my life, like I haven't, I don't carry that around years after. Like, okay, so for example, my son's turning 8. Now it's different, right? A wife versus a grandpa, which is the example I have. But like my grandpa passed away 8 years ago, and I'm not still mourning and grieving. Um, that would also be a little bit different if I wanted to name one of my sons after him. But like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think I want to say neither, honestly. Yeah, I don't want to say, like, I totally see where the husband, I don't think it was cool that the husband went to his family and told everyone about it, or at least his mom, and then his mom told everyone about it. I think that's something that should have stayed between them. Um, and he should have just learned, like, he should just be able to talk about it more and just express how he really feels, because obviously he feels differently than he initially reacted to her, because otherwise he would have told her that the first time. Yeah, I think there's more discussion that needs to happen here between them. Like I don't necessarily think anyone is. I just think yeah, I think it's a weird situation. It's kind of a messed up situation, if I'm being honest. So I got a 12 in algebra, bro. Algebra 2, bro. Whoever created them letters. Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah, I'm gonna go neither. Honestly, I suggest you find a family therapist to work this through with your husband. A child deserves their own name and not the name of his deceased previous wife. But I understand the reasoning and the sentiment behind naming someone after someone else who technically is in the family. Yeah, you deserve respect and value in your own right. And I say all this as a widow, and that's fine. I'm coming at it from a guy's perspective. They're coming at it from, the female perspective. I don't know. I don't feel like there's enough to say either of them. Bro's lucky I actually came back for him. Bro, I am lucky. I'm lucky that any of you guys come back ever. Like he's trying to start a new family. I get that. I get that. He is trying to start a new family. I understand. I just don't know how I feel about like her. Back to the point of the mom. Like I don't necessarily know if that's a hill I would want to die on. I understand her mom's response of like, I totally agree with you, but is this really what, like, okay, so some advice that was given to me a long time ago was pick your battles. Um, so that's kind of where I'm coming from. And I think that this is just not one of those battles that you want to pick. I think you want to resolve the problem. I'm not saying you shouldn't resolve it and just sweep it under the rug, but ultimately, how much does it matter to you? Yo, what's up, Varuna? How are you? Hello, hello. I'm gonna name my first kid C-Nic Jr., bro. Poor kid's gonna get bullied his whole life. All right, there's another one that I saw here. How's it going, Varuna? Hello, hello. Jairino, what's up? With the donut. Oh, man. With the glaze. Thanks, bro. How you doing, man? Okay, I want to read this one. First post. What is this? Okay, so this is the first post. Okay, I'll read the first post first, and then we'll read the second post. Leave me like a cat, bro. Grandpa, bro, what is wild? Okay, for breaking up with my girlfriend because she slept with someone after saying I love you. I was close friends with my girlfriend for a few years. Recently, she asked me out, which was weird because I don't think she ever saw me that way. She actually confessed that she was actually in love with me for a while now. I'll be honest, I don't know if this was the right move, but I told her I felt the same. Some dates later, wait, he's not even sure? What in the world? C-Nic Jr. of Leafy will not get bullied. He will have many friends. Okay, well, I mean, all right, we'll see. We'll see. If it happens, you have to let me know, all right? I'm just saying, being named after me, that definitely, that's cause for a lot of bullying. These Reddit posts are really strange. Dude, I know, Jude. I know. 7 dates later, thing we're going, you need to English, my friend. You need to English. Until she had the exclusivity talk. Okay. I asked, wait, we weren't exclusive? Hold up. And she said we never talked about it. She told me she loved, what? Okay. I'm guessing it's I told her I loved her. She told me she loved me. That's as exclusive as you can get without saying it. I asked her if she's been seeing anyone or sleeping with anyone while dating me. She confessed that she did sleep with uh, ONS. Is that supposed to mean something? Like, am I too old to understand internet language, or is that like, is anyone else confused? I need some feedback on this because I have no idea what that means. Bro, this Reddit post was probably drunk. Seriously, Runa. Like, I'm so confused by the English. I told her she's insane and told her we were done. She tried to apologize and say she didn't think we were exclusive. I told her she's just using that as an excuse. Am I just so far removed from dating to think saying I love you should imply exclusivity? Okay. First post. So thank you all for your comments. So I ran into my now ex. We still share a friend group. She tried to talk to me and I did hear her out. Nothing she said changed my mind. She apologized and said she misunderstood and that she loves me and regrets. Dude, okay, maybe she loves me. That she loves me and regrets what she did. I told her thanks, but it's too late now. She hurt me and I don't think I can trust her. I told her I need some space from her. So yeah, that's pretty much how it went. Something I learned is that the whole exclusive thing is weird. I find it really sad. Oh, that was my fault. That was not your fault, poster. My bad. I find it really sad that some of you want to live life on technicalities. I'm really curious how long you would be willing to do this. How many months would you be okay with? Also, she could have brought up before she slept with anyone. Honestly, this is partly why I don't think I can trust her. I believe she was banking on being technically okay. That's a good point. Sadly, I'm not built like that. You can lawyer my emotions all you want, but I'm not going to deal with bullshit like that just because of technicalities. I think I would think the same way. What's up, C-Dub? But I gotta head out. Gotta clean up. My friend vomited in a plant at the bar, bro. Have a great night. Sounds like you guys are having a great night already. Here for a good time, not for a long time. All good, bro. Hey, C-Dub, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I was telling you I was trying to jump into your stream so I could resub, and I saw you went offline. So I was like, no, you gotta be kidding me. But it's all good. It's all good, you guys. I honestly just wanted to stream. I don't even know if I'm gonna be on very long. Maybe I'll play one game. I don't know what I'm gonna play though. I don't know. Maybe I'll play a little bit of football, but we'll react to a few more of these. Anyway, that's a great first point. You know what? That totally agree. You don't hurt people you love, but she misunderstood. Yeah, yeah. Screw that. No, I totally agree. No, I definitely don't think. I don't think this person's a asshole. That's just me. Yeah, that's wild. Oh, I wanted to read this one, you guys. What does that mean? The little clapping hands, or what does that? What does that mean? Oh, award this post. Okay, interesting. For kicking an autistic child out of my restaurant for misbehaving. I feel like saying I love you is crazy nowadays. Like how so? Explain. I need to hear your thoughts, Jadinho. Because I mean, that's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's gonna happen at some point in a relationship, I think. I feel like. I mean, for me and my wife, yes, it definitely happened pretty early on in our relationship. But like, yeah, yeah. Are you saying this one, the one that we haven't read yet, Jude? Because yeah, I'm interested to read this one. You know what? I'll let you explain. You type out your feelings, JD. I'll come back to it. We're gonna read this one. Okay, am I the asshole for kicking an autistic child out of my restaurant for misbehaving? My name is Gina, 55, female from upstate New York, and I run a family-owned pizzeria. My husband and I have been in the service industry for decades, and over the past few years, we've noticed a huge increase in rude customers, rude children, and a crazy level of entitlement. Yes, okay, I thought so. I thought so. One of the rules we have in our restaurant is that nobody is allowed to talk on speakerphone, play music out loud, or have anything playing on speaker from a personal device. This is such a simple request and something that has always been the standard. This was not even an issue or something that needed to be said before the pandemic, but now it seems parents feel attacked if their children cannot watch Bluey on volume. We have signs up asking people not to do this, and we actually do enforce this rule politely but firmly. A few weeks, okay. I mean, if they've got signs posted that says that, to me, you're in the clear. You know what I mean? They said I love you to each other, but if they went with a technicality, then does it mean anything to begin with? No, and I agree with you. I think, yeah. In that situation, I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Because like the other thing too, I don't remember. Okay, I'd have to go back and see it. I think the other thing with that one too is like he actually wasn't even sure, didn't even feel that way about her in the first place, and was just kind of convinced into it. So he gave her a pretty good chance in the first place, but then turned around and like so I kind of think it was a mistake, yes, to say it that especially that early into the relationship. But then the fact that she turned around and abused that trust and like confidence that he gave her, yeah, I think that's wild. I think that's crazy. So plot twist, I'm the kid, bro. Yeah, okay, so going back to this one, I think if you have signs, then like yeah, for kicking an autistic child out of your restaurant, I would assume you didn't just kick the child out, you also kicked the parents out, which to me, like, it doesn't matter if that child is autistic or not. The parents know the child's tendencies and behaviors better than you do, and if they can't follow that standard that you're setting for your own restaurant, then they should know better. And that shouldn't be on the child, that should be on the parents. That's what I think. No, you should have the right to deny anyone service. Exactly. Even yes, yes, I agree. I mean, there's also that as well. You absolutely, as a business owner, have the right to deny service to anyone for no reason. You can simply say, I have the right to deny you service. That's it. Leave it at that. Boom, done. Please leave the premises or you will be charged for trespassing. Like you can get that far if you want to, but like essentially any business owner is within their right to say, I refuse to serve you, right? Like I have the right to refuse you service, or deny you service. So it's one of those things. It's just like, yeah, even after the first paragraph, I don't know. A few weeks ago, a woman was sitting with her 9-year-old son who was watching cartoons on his tablet at full volume while he was also scrolling TikTok on a phone. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's all right. I nicely explained to the woman that we do not allow this as it is disruptive to other customers and asked her to please turn off the volume. The woman rudely replied that her son has both ADHD and autism, so he needs to do this in order to sit down without making a fuss. I asked if she could please use headphones, and she snapped that her son does not like to use them. I told her that it is not acceptable and to please either use headphones or set the device to silent. About 10 minutes later, I was in the kitchen and heard loud banging noises coming from the dining room. I came out to find the child furiously banging his fist on the table while the mom just sat there ignoring it. It was almost as if she was waiting if he was waiting for her to say something, but she did nothing. I asked her to please stop him, and she replied that he is on the spectrum, and this is just his normal behavior. If he doesn't have a device to calm him down, the boy then stood. If he doesn't have a device to calm him down, sorry. The boy then stood up and started running around my restaurant, punching and kicking the other. Ooh, okay, yep. And knocking things over. And another customer yelled at the mom to control your kid, or I will. She launched into what sounded like a pre-rehearsed monologue about how autistic children deserve to occupy the same spaces as everyone else. Oh, I wish you could occupy space in an asylum as well. I agree with this, but everyone still needs to behave appropriately. I told the woman that if she could not get her son's behavior under control, that she needs to leave. She was furious and started yelling about how it is illegal to discriminate against people who are on the spectrum and that she would report me. My husband came out, put her food into a to-go box. There you go. That's how you handle that. Here's your food. You paid for it. Leave. And just said to her, get out right now. She looked genuinely shocked, said that kids should not be expected to just sit quietly and that the world needs to be more accepting of those who are different. Okay, the world is more accepting of those who are different. Kids definitely can be expected to sit quietly, and dare I say it, even autistic children. I know several, okay, who live near me, and they behave very well when they are asked to behave appropriately, all right? And they range anywhere on the spectrum, all right? They range on this end and that end, and all of them, when asked to act appropriately, do. And so I don't think it's an autism problem. I think it's a you problem, mom, not the restaurant owner, not your child's problem. I think it's you. All right. I love kids. My husband and I raised 5 of them. There you go. Even one with special needs, but autism or not, nothing gives you the right to behave this way in any setting. If your child's issues are so severe that simply sitting in a restaurant without a device makes them freak out and throw a tantrum, then maybe reconsider taking them there in the first place. Yep, bingo. I'm tired of rude kids and lazy parents who embolden them to behave this way, refusing to discipline them or set any kind of rules or boundaries. This is not about ADHD, autism, or any other condition. This is about entitlement, bad parenting, and bad behavior as a result. MIDS. I have an autistic son. When he was younger, 4 or 5-ish, he was awful in restaurants. So guess what we did? We didn't go out to eat. Boom, bingo. Autism. People will say I deprived him of experiences, but I see it as I avoided triggers. Guess what? He is a well-behaved 24-year-old who wasn't traumatized because he didn't get to go out to eat for a few years. We are all much had to. That's case in point right there. Right there. Yes, I feel like this is more of a parenting problem. Agreed. My kids weren't even autistic. I still couldn't take them to restaurants until they were at least 10 years. But yeah, honestly, I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty sure none of my children are. And if they are, that's fine. It's not a problem. But when they act up, they know that they messed up. Right. And it becomes something that it becomes a teaching moment. Right. One ADHD and one, I'm guessing autistic ADHD. No problems in restaurants, other people's houses, while shopping. Parents need to stop reinforcing poor behavior. Exactly. Let's see. I want to see some of the other ones. My son has ADHD and my daughter doesn't seem to be neurodivergent. I've kept my family from going out due to both of my kids' behaviors on various occasions because being disruptive is being disruptive. Yes, it's not always about neurodivergence. Sometimes it's just about what certain kids can't handle. My son has an autistic friend, and he occasionally gets overstimulated when we all go out, and when that happens, we all move on to a different activity. Yep, exactly. That usually helps redirect his energy and focus away from whatever stimulation is bothering him. I don't understand the mindset of forcing an overstimulated kid acting out to be allowed to run amok in public spaces. That doesn't seem like a good situation for anyone involved. Okay, you know what? I actually was going to be I was very skeptical that we were going to run into a lot of people who were like, you did good. Look at that. From someone who has autism. You did good. Chiming in, I wasn't allowed in most restaurants as a teen, and that was 100% the right call. Eating at home was less stressful anyway. Dude, look at this. Like, I actually thought we were going to hear from a bunch of people. This is the way you helped him set up. Oh my gosh. You want to say that this is lovely? That, oh my goodness. I was actually expecting a lot more negative responses. You know who else would hate someone behaving like that in a public space? They expect to be quieter. Someone with yes, yes. That's a very good point. What if other children in the restaurant had autism and they couldn't handle it, or even adults, right? Oh my goodness. Like, yeah, I thought we were going to see a lot more negativity in response to this post. Like, a bunch of it is not the asshole. On behalf of people everywhere who want to dine out without blaring speakers of children actively or acting out loudly for any reason, thank you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild, you guys. I did not think we would get that much positivity. It is nice to see that the world is still sane, because I thought for sure we would get a lot of people responding saying that, like, no, 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 that's not cool. I don't care what kind of restaurant you have or what you think you're doing or what you think you're entitled to as a restaurant owner. You can't do that. But sure enough, I think that was like the most wholesome reaction to any of these things that you could see. So, like any of these Reddit posts, that was nice. I'm not gonna lie, that was refreshing. um, um, wait. Okay, I want to read this one. I want to read this one because I've dealt with this situation several times. All right. I, 32 female, have seen and read plenty of stories where spoiled kids have blown out other kids' candles or thrown a fit when they're not allowed to. My husband, 35 male, apparently has not. Friday was my daughter's 10th birthday. The day of I will make them the food of their choice and a small cake. Party is usually at a later date. After we ate, we got her cake ready, and my 3-year-old was very excited. I had explained to him all throughout the day that it was his sister's birthday, not his, so he had to wait for the cake. We lit the candles, sang happy birthday, and she blew out the candles. This might be where I might have been, yeah. Okay. My husband grabbed the lighter and tried to relight them so the baby could blow them out too. I said, no, it's daughter's birthday, and I refused to allow my son to be one of those spoiled kids that can't understand it's not their day. His face fell immediately. He said he was just trying to help and keep the baby happy. We dropped it there. He was kind of quiet the rest of the night. I didn't mean to come off harsh. I just didn't want my daughter to feel like she had to share her day or that it wasn't all about her. Update, I have had a sit down with my husband and we have come to an understanding. What in the world? I have a husband. Can I replace him? No. That's crazy talk. What? Okay, my Chrome apparently decided to crash. Is everything still okay? Am I still here, Jude? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Like, it shouldn't be dependent on Chrome, but like that was crazy. Anyway, where was I at? But before I get into that, I want to address some things. I received a lot of comments about 3 not being a baby. We are aware. We do not call him baby. My 3-year-old will correct anybody that calls him outside his actual or nickname. It was for post purposes, so I wouldn't use his name. Yeah, I kind of figured that, especially where she said daughters too. So like that's anyway. Second, my 10-year-old daughter doesn't have issues with being kind and sharing. I didn't ask her because she's the kind of kid that will say yes to make you happy, even if that's not what she wants. I was able to tell on her face she was happy. I said no for her. I mean, that's good, but yeah. Thirdly, the toddler didn't ask to blow out the candles or show any interest in the candles. His sole focus was the cake. He didn't cry, get mad, or throw a fit. He was happy with the slice of cake. Lastly, my husband is not misogynistic. He doesn't usually play favorites. He encourages all our kids to the best they can be, to be the best they can be. He tells the girls they can be anything they want, and being a girl will not stop them. His thing with the 3-year-old is he's our last, so he's trying to be as involved as he can. Oh, and as stated above, this wasn't a party. It was our intimate celebration before the party in 2 weeks. Now, onto the update. We had a conversation about that night. I apologize for my tone in referring to the kids as mine. I told him my intent was not to come off so harshly. I just didn't want my daughter to feel like we were taking her moment. He apologized for attempting to relight the candles, especially while they were still on the cake. He really wasn't thinking of the grand scheme. He just thought son would like to have a turn. He didn't realize he was thinking about how daughter would he was or wasn't thinking about how daughter would feel, and that's why he got kind of quiet. He stayed, or okay, maybe he was. He stayed thinking on daughter after the fact. He had a conversation with daughter, letting her know she's important. He didn't mean to take away from her moment. So all is well in the household. Thank you for your opinions on the matter. Okay, honestly, I think there's a lot of input to share. The fact that the 3-year-old wasn't asking, I think, kind of paints her in a better light, because yes, she was standing up for the lesson that she had taught her kid, her 3-year-old son, in the first place. I think where this probably could have been a little bit better is maybe just communicating a little bit more before the fact, and just say, hey, husband, here's the thing. We've been really excited for this day. 3-year-old son has also been very excited. I have explained to him, though, several times that this is her day, and so she's going to blow out the candles, and we're just going to leave it at that, right? Like, you will have your chance on your birthday. It'll be fine. Today is her day, right? I think if she had prefaced that a little bit better, then they would have gone into that situation with, hey, we're supporting each other. We know what we're doing. And then if 3-year-old does act up, dad can be behind her. Because I think the most important thing for any 2-parent household is, hey, mom and dad, we're a team. We're at the same level. We're equal in the sense that we share the load equally, right? Mom takes care of the things that she does. I take care of the things that I do. And then together we take care of the things that we need to take care of, right? And I think parenting the children is one of those things that you have to take care of collectively. And so you have to be able to step in and support each other in the decisions that you make, and say, if mom says this is what I'm saying, right? Or if I say this is what mom's saying. And that's one of those things that, like, my kids ask me all the time, hey, dad, can I do this? Did you ask mom? Yes. What'd she say? She said no, then no, or, if I get the feeling they're kind of doing that sneaky thing, because I think I overheard them in the other room, I'll ask my wife, hey, what did you say? Or did they ask you? And if she says, no, they didn't ask you, then I'll give them my decision and she'll back me up on it. And if she doesn't, then, or if she didn't, or if she said, if they did go talk to him and she did make a decision and that decision was no, then I say, then no, simple enough. Like, you're not going to get what you want just because you went and asked mom. You didn't get the answer you wanted, so you came to dad. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to play like that. You know what I mean? And so, yes, I can see you. Sweet. Okay, cool. Sorry, Jude. I just, Chrome was freaking out for a second. I was like, what's going on? I think she was in the right. I feel like all this does is start a sense of entitlement. Yeah, and the other thing too, though, that you have to remember is the child is 3 years old. If the child gets to 5, 6, 7 years old and they're still wanting to do that, yes, you have an entitlement problem. But they're 3, man. I, as someone who has had 3-year-olds that I have tried to father to the best of my ability, I can tell you they're not always the most reasonable, right? You can still set boundaries and you can still, do this and that. But sometimes there's behavior that is okay to let slide, right? It's a judgment call every single time. Now, if you start to notice that a 3-year-old recognizes that if they do this, then this is what's going to happen and they're going to get their way because of that. No, that's when you stop it and you say, no, it's not every situation, right? and yeah, you're going to get some kickback, and yeah, you're going to get some feedback from the 3-year-old saying, why can't I do that? But it's a lot easier to control that when they're a 3-year-old versus when they're a 6, 7, 8-year-old, right? And they're able to reason a little bit better. What are these ads? You're getting ads, Emma? No way. You shouldn't be getting ads. Unless it's pre-roll. How are you, Emma? Hello. Let's see. What is it? Emma B? Is that? Yes, let's go. C-Nic, I gotta go. Have a good stream. I love you. Yo, thank you, Jude. Have a great night yourself, man. Thank you for being here and representing the YouTube crowd. It was just one pre-roll. Okay, cool. What was it? Was it something weird? Is that why you said, what are these ads? Or is it just the fact that it had? So glad to be back. So glad to have you back. Hey, did you see my... Yeah, we can talk about it later, but did you see my DM that I sent you? Oh, that was wild. I hope you, yeah, I hope it didn't freak you out too much, but no, just the fact that I had to suffer through those 30 seconds. Cool. All right. I figured so. Should we do one more of these and then I can either play a game or I honestly might just end. Um, yeah, I might just call it a night because it's been good. I've had a fun time. Um, but I might just, yeah, I might just end if we do one more of these. But for reading Mother's Day after I was forced to go to my brother's grave. Um, sounds juicy. Hey, Mr. Grant, I kind of need to go to bed like I was supposed to 2 or 3 hours ago. No worries, Shadow. No worries. Have a great night, man. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you, bro. Have a great night. Get lots of sleep. I seriously, it means a lot that you keep showing up, Shadow. So yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. For laughing at my ex-husband's wife when she called me hysterically because my kids didn't choose to go to Disney with them on Mother's Day. I don't want to read this one. This sounds juicy. All right, we're doing that one. Okay, what do you guys think? Should I do one more of these and then call it a night, or should I play a game of some sort? I kind of think I want to do this and maybe hang it up, and then I'll come back with a longer stream, either tomorrow or Friday. So I'm gonna try. I'm trying to be more consistent as well, and being on the stream grind all the time. Oh, I did also kind of promise to tell the ox story. I will tell the ox story soon. That is something that will happen. Um, I just know the people that I promised it to are not here. At least they haven't said anything here. So I want to make sure that they're here when I share those details because they really want to know. All right, I'll do this real quick and then and then I'll probably call it a night. But my ex-husband, both 40s, and I share a 16-year-old son, 15-year-old daughter, and a 14-year-old son together. We separated when I was pregnant with our 14-year-old, and we officially divorced when he was 1. Just saw the DM and just responded. Love it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll respond back later. We separated when I was pregnant with our 14-year-old, and we officially divorced when he was 1. Ex-husband's wife. Okay. We have a very detailed court-ordered parenting and custody agreement that I have always followed to the T. This is to avoid adding conflict to an already higher conflict situation. Ooh, that's okay. I like where this is going. For those who will ask, my ex-husband's wife was not the reason we broke up. Interesting. He did cheat on me during my 3rd pregnancy. Oh, and this was due to it being a high-risk pregnancy where I could not engage in any sexual activity with him. Sheesh. He felt it was good reason to sleep with others. I did not yet. Nope, you're right. You are right, poster. Miss for mommies? Is that what that says? Okay, anyway. He always believed I was unfair to him. Nope, you were not. Yet he did go through a paternity drama with one of the women he slept with during that time. He was proven not to be the father, but he expected me to be okay with him having unprotected sex with someone else. Yeah, that's wild. All of this has made it difficult for us to co-parent. It's why we needed everything spelled out and why we communicate via parenting app mostly. Our youngest has a medical issue, so texting and calling is sometimes a requirement. Makes sense. My ex-husband remarried 4 years after our divorce. It was finalized. From the beginning of their relationship, there were issues with his wife and our children. His wife was all over the place with our kids and appeared to take her fertility troubles out on our children by being short and snapping at them or making them feel like a problem in the home. Okay, so I'm not seeing where the poster is the issue yet. Is the SO. We'll keep reading. She also wanted them to call her mom, and she wanted them to spend more time with her. Ooh, okay. There were times we returned to court over the issues in my ex's home. My ex tried to paint it was me alienating the kids from his wife, but he and his wife got 3 warnings for the very thing he accused me of. The judge said repeatedly encouraging children to call a person other than their parents, mom, or dad was suggesting alienation of some kind. There you go. The warnings were spaced out enough that no consequences were ever given as a result. My ex and his wife were ordered to take parenting classes several years ago also. I always encourage my kids not be cruel to the woman their dad is married to. That's a good way to put it. But they don't like her and they don't respect her, really. They show her some respect, but they don't actually have any for her. My older son and my daughter have particularly had some encounters with her where they lost respect for her. Okay, this is not, I don't understand why. Yeah. All right, let's keep reading. They were in therapy for many years because the burden of this woman's infertility and IVF struggles were shared with them, and done so in a way that was meant to coerce them to give her what she wanted. The therapists were godsends to us during that time. Last year, all three of my children were deemed old enough to decide whether they saw their father 50-50 as they had previously, or whether one weekend a month would be the new parenting time split. All three chose to reduce their time to one weekend a month. This was something my ex and his new wife didn't like and tried to fight, but the kids say was given more weight. That's awesome. My ex and his wife did eventually have two children together. Okay, good for them. Yesterday, they decided to go to Disney with the kids to celebrate Mother's Day. My ex called and asked me to let our kids come. I gave my kids the choice. Perfect. Perfect response. And they answered never. Oh, that's brutal. I already expected that, but I didn't want to deny them the chance if they wanted it. My ex was furious, but I ended the second call and ignored further texts from him. Then I got a call from an unknown number around 3 p.m., and it was his wife. She was hysterically crying down the phone about my kids not being there. I probably should be on the phone, but whatever. And how they were supposed to be because they're her kids. They're not your kids. I laughed at her antics and ended the call. I got around a dozen texts in the next 2 hours, and then my ex texted me last night and this morning telling me I was heartless and suggesting I should appreciate his wife loves our kids this much. Okay. My issue was never her being good to them. It was the way she treated them. The haunting told, the demands and expectations and attempts to guilt trip them. It's the way she acted like she had as much of a right to be their mom as I had, and all because at the time she had no kids and had fertility troubles. It's the way she made my ex's home hell for my kids. My ex allowing it is not something I've forgotten either, but I think it's crazy to think I should be grateful for any of this, but maybe I'm being an asshole. So I'll ask the people of Reddit, no, you're not. You are absolutely not. That is crazy. The fact that she even suggested that she has any sort of right to have the children, especially, I think this mom handled it in the best way, where she said, no, like, I'm not making that decision. I'm letting you guys make that decision, and then I'll convey the message. And the kids, I don't even know if it was her necessarily that like told him over the phone, but it sounds like the kids were pretty adamant that no, they didn't want to. And so it's like, okay, it was their call. The therapist and the court has ordered that they can make their own decisions. And yeah, it's not on you to guilt trip to do this or that, or even think that you're entitled to have them on that trip. That's crazy. Your kids made their choice. Their feelings aren't your responsibility. Respect it. Yes. Now, maybe the laughing is a little too far, but I don't blame you for laughing either. Like, that's crazy. That she would just expect that kind of thing. Respect is earned, not forced, really never, but especially with teenagers, sounds like she just wanted one of the reasons the kids don't shine to her. Yeah. Yep. Or she showed one of the reasons kids don't shine to her. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see one of these other comments just real quick. You took the hits so that your kids didn't have to. I'm so sorry for your kids. They shouldn't have to deal with adults who behave like that. I'm sorry you also have to deal with them. Yeah, no kidding. What an excellent point. Let's see another one. Just an original comment. Not the asshole. Your children are not emotional support children for this woman. Yes, 99% of the problems I see on Reddit regarding blended families happens when relationships are forced. She wanted the title of mom so badly that she alienated the kids herself. Titles are earned, not demanded. Yep, totally. I agree. Okay. That's crazy. This is actually, I think the impossible happened, you guys. I think we found a very wholesome response on Reddit several times today. Like, I think every single one, like, there wasn't any bickering back and forth between yes, no. I think it was a good mix of everyone just saying, you know what, we're all pretty sane, we're all pretty based, and yeah, nobody here is in the wrong. Maybe that first one was a little iffy, where I think there could have been potentially fault on both ends. But have a wonderful night, C-Nic. I'm off to bed. Yo, have a great night. I'm actually about to end stream anyway. I'm not sure if I want to alert or if I want to raid out to anyone or not. But let me just see. Let me see who we got. Yeah, I think I'll probably just end, honestly. I'll probably just end for the night. But Anyway, thank you guys. Who's Emma? No, it's Jacob. What in the world? How are you, Jacob? Yo, listen, I'm definitely leaving. I love it. I love it. Nice. Nice, nice. Yo, Jacob, I know I did tell you I would tell you guys the details tonight. Did you explain your story? No. No, I haven't seen the majority of people who wanted to hear that, you being one of them until now. And I honestly think I'm kind of done for the night. I just wanted to get a good stream in. False advertising. I know, but there it was you, it was Snowflakes, and it was Sarah who really wanted to know. And so I want to be able to tell all of you. So I'm going to try to I'll just plan it a little bit better in advance and announce it a little bit better so that everybody knows that whole situation between Ox and me. And so I can explain all that. Anyway, I think I'm just going to end. I don't think I'm going to raid out to anybody. But thank you guys for the love and support. Emma, Jacob, Shadow, you've been here. Jude, I think went to bed. I think Shadow went to bed. C-Dub, I don't know if you're still here or not. Leafy was here at one point. Wait, what's the story now? I want to know. Emma, I promise you, I will. Are you still in the Discord? If you are, I'm just going to ping everyone and announce it. If not, I'll just let you know individually when it's going to happen. But yes, Ox and I had a bit of a falling out. Still hasn't quite resolved yet. Look who's come back now. Oh, look at that. Look who gets an insta ban. Anyway, so yeah, no, I've had a whole falling out. It's been a whole thing. And it hasn't been quite resolved yet. And so I was going to try to wait until it did get resolved, but at this point I think I'm ready just to kind of tell my I have to turn my Discord notice back on. No worries. No worries. Yeah, it's been a whole thing. But yes, I will tell my side of the story. I promise it's coming. Maybe let's just plan on Friday and I'll just announce it and we'll make sure everybody who wants to be there can be there. Or maybe Saturday, because I might be able to be a little bit earlier and I know a lot more people are available on Saturday. Yeah, who knows? But I will, I plan on sharing my whole side of the story and what happened and where I'm coming from with everything. I definitely feel like I did some dumb things. I reacted in ways I should not have. But at the same time, I think there's a lot of justified cause behind the reason I was just done with everything. Maybe not what I did, but at least why I was ready to just say, all right, Ox, it's done. Just kiss and pretend it never happened, bro. All right. If you guys can get Ox to agree to the collab. No, I'm just kidding. No, I do want to get it resolved, but it's one of those things that's like I'm kind of waiting on him right now. And so I would like to. The reason I even reached out is actually because I'm very much like a dreamer, like not dreamer, but like I believe in when I have a dream that is like vivid, that I need to follow up on that dream. So I did. And yeah, it's just like, just tell the story at this point. Okay. All right. Listen. So I'll tell the story now and then I'm going to have to sounding like me. Yeah, dude. Okay. So here's the thing. I'll tell the story now then. So what happened is it's not because of this. Ox will tell you that this is the reason why it happened, but truthfully, this is the event that kind of set everything off in my mind. Okay. So feel like it's been like a month now at this point. Just give it up. Are you saying the story? Give it up. All right. I'll give you the story. So I feel like it was about a month ago. Look what you've done. I'm sorry. So I think about a month ago, that sounds about right. Cause it was about like when spring break was happening. So maybe a little longer than a month, but, Ox was on and he was streaming and he was going to do variety and he was going to play Pummel Party. Okay. And then it just so turns out that Suck was in Mr. Super Suck, right? One of the greatest people ever. I freaking love Super Suck. He was on vacation in Cancun or something like that. He was out of the country is the big point. And so he wasn't in a position where he could be available for variety with Ox. And so then Ox said, oh, well, if Suck's not here, then we're not going to do Pummel Party. Okay. And I think he did say something like, maybe I'll do something else. This is things juicy. Yeah, I hope so. Because I'm a bad storyteller. I talk in circles sometimes when I tell stories. Anyway, so Stuck basically just said he's in Cancun. Ox said, okay, then we're not going to play Pummel Party. We may have done something else. Don't shush Emma, Shahir. Come on, man. Um, and uh, yeah, he may have played something else. I don't know. But I made this joke like, oh, okay, I get it, because Suck's not here. And I think Heron wasn't available either. It's like Suck and Heron. Like, that's all it is. You just want to play with Suck and Heron. Like, that's all. And then I did eventually in one of my donos be like, Suck and Heron, Suck and Heron. All variety is Suck and Heron. That was on purpose, right? Um, anyway, so it was this thing that like I was saying it. Yeah, Jacob. So I was saying it, and like it kind of became a thing that started out as a joke, but then in my head I was like, you know what? Like, this is actually crazy that I get this kind of treatment all the time, right? When it comes to Ock. And the thing that kind of tipped it over the edge is when all of a sudden I kind of thought back to all these moments where it's like Ox says, dude, I love Scenic Route 49. He's a friend, all this and that. But then, like when it comes down to it, he asks for advice. He asks for things that he thinks are going to help. And it's like every single one of my suggestions. And I don't think I have the best suggestions out there 100% of the time. Or even 90% of the time. I really don't think I have like all these great ideas. Okay. But when you ask for advice and then someone gives it to you, like he would respond to this laundry list of other people who gave out these ideas and things that he could be doing. And it was like, I would just get ghosted every single time. You'll distract him and I need to hear this. And so, when all of a sudden in my mind, I'm like, hey, he says we're friends, but like, when has he ever truly like treated me as a friend? Right. And then I went back and I was like looking at our DMs and all these different things. Jacob gets put in his place. I love that. I'm looking at like all these DMs and it's like he only ever says thank you or reaches out when it's like him saying thank you for like a donation, right? Or he's saying thank you for basically donations. Like that's really all it was. Like thank you for the donation. Like that is the only time he would ever initiate any kind of contact with me. I was like, all right, whatever. And there were times where it's like, I get it, you're busy. I understood that he really had like his inner circle of people that he would jump on a voice call with. And so I never really asked for that because I was like, I get it. I understand where the priorities are. I see where these things are, right? Like I know where I'm at on the totem pole. But like all of a sudden as I'm going through this, he's never once responded to any of the suggestions I've given. He's never once reacted to anything that I've said, whether it's like in the Discord. He only really reacted. Always the Emma's causing. Bro, Emma's not causing the problem, man. But he only ever really reacted when there was like a donation or there was something that, like if I got pulled in for variety or something like that. Like that was the only interaction that I had with him. And then I thought back to like, how many times have I gone into his chat and like I've been there the entire stream and 4 hours in, he's like, he reads a message of mine finally and then says, yo, Scenic Route, welcome, dude. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you, man. It's like, dude, I've been here the whole time. Like it's not, and then when I start hearing other people are having the same situation with him where they've been there and then they just don't get any reaction from him. And then all of a sudden he's saying the same thing. It's like, dude, there's no way you're that clueless or that bad at reading chat. Like there's no way. I have seen like, and this is now me coming from, I have other streamers who I watch on a regular basis who have like they run laps around Ox as far as viewership goes, and they're not just streaming on one platform, they're streaming on 3 at the same time, just like Ox does. And he's they're reading comments all the time, right? It's nothing sexist. I just watch a lot of guy streamers for lots of different reasons. But anyway, part of why I stopped showing up, it's literally just talking to a wall there and I can't stand it. Yeah, no, it's just one of those things that it's like, yes, I do have some female streamers that I do watch. It's like 95.5. right? Like that's the ratio. It's primarily men that I watch. Canceled? That's fine. Cancel me. But no, it's just one of those things that, like, anyway, just going back to it, like I watch all these other streamers who have a lot higher viewership than he does, and they're engaged with their chat. They see you, they talk to you, they say thank you, they say what up, right? Like all these different things, and you're so tough, King. Yeah, thank you here. And it's crazy to me that like you can't get him to read something unless there's a donation tied to it. A lot of the time, that's not 100% true. Obviously, that's hyperbole when people say that, but it's you know far and away the majority of comments that are read are donations. And so, or from people who have subbed, frankly. Or if they're not either of those, it's because it's like content, right? He's reacting to something. He knows that it's going to get a reaction. He's rage baiting, and everything. So it's just frustrating, right? So now all of a sudden, when I'm going back and I'm thinking about that's the way his community is built, I'm going back and thinking he keeps saying we're friends, but he's really not doing anything that a friend does. And then when you go back and look, like, dude, like I've been in other streams when he has gone in and subbed to other people. He says he loves being in my streams and then turns around and subs to other people, but doesn't sub to me. Like I've never once asked him for money. I've never once asked him to sub, but when he so freely gives it elsewhere, but then like I kind of get the shaft. I'm like, how much are we actually friends here? You know what I mean? But then I donate whatever else, and it's like he'll talk me up like we're the best of buds. And I'm like, dude, where is this coming from? Because as far as I can tell, I'm trying to have a friendship with you, and you're doing nothing. Like, I could be talking to a wall and have a better friendship with that wall than I have with you because you give nothing in return. And I'm not saying financially or monetarily. I'm saying like anything. Like again, going back to my point, the only time he's ever reached out to me or said thank you or whatever else is when it's because I've given him a donation. So it got to the point where it was absolutely frustrating. And so, yes, I did lose it. Yes, I did crash out. Some of the things I did were not justified, but my whole reason for just being done with Ox and just done with his community and his stream in general, I feel like the reasoning behind that is justified. And yeah, I probably could have handled it better, but truthfully, I was all up in my emotions and everything. And I'm still truthfully kind of bitter about the whole thing because you can tell how much of friends we really were when all of a sudden I was doing all this and he turned like that. You know what I mean? Like he was so ready to throw me under the bus so quickly. He didn't even hesitate. And it's like, that should be a good indicator of how much of friends we really were, in the sense that we weren't. And he kept saying that we were. And so it's like, hey, I'm not one. I know the priorities. I've been watching Twitch long enough to know that if a streamer reacts to you, it doesn't just mean that they think you're best of friends. I get that. I totally understand. What I don't understand is when you say we're friends, but then don't treat me like a friend. That's what got me. That's what drove me nuts. And so again, that was the point that I eventually just said, done. I'm done with it. I'm sick of it. I do think I always believe in redemption. I always believe that there's a way to repair things, but like I'm going to need to see a lot of effort from his part. And that's where one of my messages to him was like, this is my whole point. And that's why one of my chats was, I'm fake of this fake ass act, because it was just like, dude, like my whole point was you're not being the friend that you claim you are. And so if you want to fix this, like I want to fix this situation, but the question is, do you actually want to fix it? And if you do, I need you to reach out. I shouldn't have even reached out, but like that's why I said that, because it's like, I feel like I'm pulling all the weight here for this friendship. And so if you want to prove that that's not the case, then you need to lift and you need to do something. So I'm going to catch up on these messages real quick. So that's literally the whole point of being live. If you're not going to interact with your chat, unless they send you money, just yes, exactly. Money talks for real. Like 85% of Twitch right there. No kidding. You're too good. You know your worth, queen. I love that. That's it. I'm a caller. him, Jacob, or be for real. Oh man, oh man. I'm nothing if not funny. You're definitely funny. That's hilarious. That's why I didn't even care that you called me queen. Honestly, stop trying to be me. Call him king already. Leave the glaze to me. uh, my cat loves me, and that's enough. Valid. They told me they're just with you for the food. Nothing. Oh my gosh. Told me that you're a bum too. So actually, she can't talk. So. Oh man, oh man. That's actually called schizophrenia, bro. Okay, so just accept that you have no friends. C-Nic is so well spoken. Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate that. Somebody loves me. I do love you, Jacob. I honestly do. I really do. But anyway, that's your mom doesn't count. Oh man. You know what? If even if I didn't love you, and even if your mom didn't love you, Jesus loves you, Jacob. Jesus stuff. You got somebody. But no, that's my story. Do you guys have any questions? Anything you want me to explain? Or I know that there's a lot. I didn't give you all the details as far as what exactly I did, because I know that I wasn't justified in doing a lot of those things. But Emma trying to hurt me emotionally. Stop it, Emma. He's a beloved member of this community. Okay, this isn't the Emma I used to know. Well, now you're just somebody that she used to know. Just kidding. That was a dumb dad joke. Well, actually, it is, bro. How quickly he turned in that situation. But I've always been like this, I fear. Yeah, I mean, we always knew that you were semi toxic when you said you love Applebee's. I mean, come on. I do have gray hairs. Look at this. You see that? Yeah, that's wild. Are you still a vet, Emma? Yeah, not a veteran, like a veterinarian. There's a huge difference. Not a veteran, veterinarian. But anyway, no questions, because if not, I'm gonna call it good. And I'll go to bed. And yes, this VOD will be up, so I might just clip it and like condense the story part of it so we can share it. Want to hear something crazy? Sure. Let's hear it. While you message that. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I just saw your message, Emma. That's hilarious. So, gonna be a double vet, I guess? Oh, let's go. But also have a ship out date for basic training. That's awesome, Emma. That's sick. Yep, yep, yep. Dude, it's a lot of yap right now. It's a lot, but that's okay. That is pretty sweet, actually, that you're going to be a double vet, a veteran, and a veterinarian. Yeah, but I'm in college. Ever heard of? I love this. I love this. In the Discord the other day, or maybe it was Chex's Discord. I can't remember. But in one of the Discords, I sent a message. It was like this video where it was like this lady saying that it's good to like joke with your friends and stuff. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Yeah, anyway. And I was like, I can't remember what I said, but I said something like, "Yeah, I hate all of you." After that, oh man, oh man, oh man, it was great. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, it was like something like a lot of relationships are happier when you actually roast each other freely back and forth. So it was good. It was good. I'm trying to see, yeah, I can't find it right now, but that's okay. Maybe I did. Maybe it wasn't mine because I didn't see it in Chex's Discord. Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't really matter. But being employed in the big 2025, dude, I'm employed. That attitude has got to. I bench your squat. I overhead press your bench. Sheesh, Jacob. Sheesh. Oh man, oh man. All right. Well, if nobody has any more questions, I'm gonna end it there for the night. Should we raid out to somebody? What do you guys think? Should we raid? I'm gonna go ahead and end my YouTube stream because yeah, we're done there. Yeah, let's go ahead and end it. Boom.